Hello, my name is Ostap. This video was done for assignment 3. I want to start with the file day.h. So here I have my private members, which is 3 integers for month, day, and year. In a public section, I have 3 constructors. One of them is default. The second one takes in three parameters, integers, and third one takes in a string. Then I have my getters and other functions. So let's go to the day.cpp. Here I have my first default constructor, which sets a month to 1, day to 1, and year to 2025. Then this constructor, it takes in 3 integers. So it sets month, day, and year to the integers it received. And then input function, it checks if the value was like the valid value. I'm going to talk about input function later when we see it. Then this one is the constructor that takes in string. What I did here, so I created 2 integers, /1 and /2. What it does, it finds the location of slashes, of the first slash and second slash. Here I just decided to add a little check. If there were no 2 slashes, then it's invalid format. Then what I'm doing here is, since we receive information in month, day, and year order, it means that to the left of my slash, I'm gonna get a months. So I set my months equal to the value we get minus ASCII value of 0, since we get it not as a number but rather than a string, so I can convert it to the number. So first part right here, it works if we have only one digit number for the months. So this one right here works when we have 2-digit number for the months. For example, 10, 11, and 12. So it will take the first character it received for a string, convert it to the number, then multiply it by 10, because if we have 10, for example, we will receive 1, and then we want to add 0, but we need to convert it to 10. Multiply by 10, so we move the value. Then this part right here does the same, but it checks to the right of a first slash. Also multiplies it if there's 2 digits. Then for a year, I look to the right of a second slash, multiply first number by 1110, so I can get it as a nice number. Then my function input, what it does, it checks if the month, day, and year is the valid month, day, and year, if it can exist. So first I do like general test. If month is less than 1 or greater than 12, like it's not going to be possible in any way, then I just set it to the default one. Then I check a month that have only 30 days. So in my case, it's always 4, 6, 9, and 11. If not, then we set it to the default values. Then I check February for the leap year and then non-leap year. So here, this part, if it is leap year, it'll do nothing, and right here we'll change it to the default values. Those are my getters. What they do is just return month, day, and year. Set function, so it takes in month, day, and year, and it set it to the temporary month. Then I set it to my month, day, and year, because I do need to save the original data. Then I check it if it's valid, and if it's not valid, if it if it's not valid, it should stay the same. So I did have to use temporary variables. Oh, and here what I do, like I use input function, and I know my input function will set it to the default, so I know the default one. And if it is default, I'll just return. I don't return, I just give back the original values for month, day, and year. Here for the increment function, I also use temporary variables to store my original data. I add 1 day, then I check if my result is valid. If it's not valid, it's just gonna set it to the default date. Then I try to add 1 month and set date to 1 to the first day, and keep the same year, and check it again. And if it still fails, what I'm just set day to 1, month to 1, and year to +1. Then for the decrement function, I still store my data in temporary variables. I check if I can decrease it, since first month, so the first day of year 1900 is considered the first day. I won't be able to decrease it, so I make that little check. Then I decrease the day and check if my data is valid with the input function. Then if data is invalid, it's gonna set month to 1, day to 1, year to 2025. And I perform a check if it's a day that have 30 days. Since I'm gonna subtract 1, I should check if the current month is not 4, 6, 9, 11, but instead 5, 7, 10, 12, and set day to 30. I do a similar check for the leap year. So third month, since I'm gonna subtract 1, if it's a leap year, I'm gonna give it 29. If it's not, I'm just gonna give it to 28. And last case scenario, I'm just gonna give it 31. I perform one more check, and if it still fails, then I'm just gonna subtract a year and give it the last day of that year. Then for the day of week, I used formula given by the homework sheet. For the compare, what I'm doing is I take the year given, then with the year I'm comparing to, if it's less, I return -1. If it's greater, then I just return 1. Then it's just for a year. Then if years are the same, I'm gonna check month. If month are also the same, I'm just gonna check days. And if they're equal, I'm just gonna return 0. So in a function show by day, I create integer value day of week, which is gonna use the function right here to get the number value for the week. Then I create a string of weekdays in order, and then I'm just gonna access this array with the value provided from my day of week function, and just gonna give me the day of week in a string format. And then I just do space, month, day, year. Okay, and the show by month function, do similar thing. I create a string of I create an array of strings of all possible month. Then I see out my month with month -1, since my first element is 0, then 1, so I just have to subtract 1. Then I do 4 spaces and year. Then I just decided to make regular cout for my days of week. Then what I'm doing here, since I want to find a first day of the given month without actually losing the day I was given, I'm putting my day in a temporary variable. I set day to 1. Then I try to find the day of week for that specific month is going to be. So I'm using the original data, but the day is set to 1. So I have like the starting point. And once I have that information, I set day to a temporary variable. And what I'm doing here is just printing first like spaces. If, for example, if we didn't start from Sunday, I'm just gonna like print the amount of spaces I need to like skip. I'm using 6 since there's a distance of 4 spaces and 2 for a number. Then I'm gonna print the amount of numbers I need. So since I know the starting point, I just need to find out like how many days I'm actually going to have in that particular month. So I'm checking the number of days. Then I'm just going to print the numbers. So, but if my number, like my day number, is less than 10, I should put in a format 0 and that number, then spaces. And then if it's once it's greater than 10, I can just print it as it is. Okay, and now a quick check. So I'm just gonna make was date. It's up to date, and I can just execute date. Thank you for your attention.